Hello everyone and welcome to the do's and don'ts of popsicle stick model building. Besides the more general tips like always double up on pipe cleaner and paper and never leave your hot glue gun unattended, this video series is meant to put you in the right mindset for building a specific body type for popsicle stick models. So today we're going to be covering the bird wyverns. Bird wyverns are a class of monster first introduced in the first generation. Bird wyverns are a small to medium-sized monster that also includes flying wyverns. These monsters often have slender bodies and are bipedal. Out of the vast collection of Monster Hunter models that I've made, so far I've only made 4 of the bird wyverns. Today I have 3 with me. Well, actually 2, because the Paolumu is considered just a flying wyvern, possibly because its mammalian features, who knows. Either way, the Paolumu will be a representative of the flying wyvern section of the bird wyverns, because it's so closely built like the Puke Puke. But first we're going to start with the do's of the theropod bird wyvern, which are the Titiaku and the Kuliaku. The first do is always use a vertical body type. The way you do this is by taking 2 popsicle sticks, gluing them together with the essentials inside like pipe cleaner or whatever else you need to make the model, and simply turn them sideways. This makes it easy to get that slim body type that you're looking for with the bird wyverns, and then all you have to do is cut out the chest, and there you go. I first figured this out when I made the Kuliaku. Now the one I have is a lot bigger than the Titiaku, and that's because when I was first making them after like a year, I was trying to discover my sense of proportions again, so it ended up being a lot bigger than I wanted, but I'll just use it for a later time. The second do is use a double segmented body. This adds extra articulation and flexibility for your model. That way you can show the agile nature of these creatures. My first attempt at a bird wyvern was with the Great Jaggi a long time ago, and I used a single segmented body, which works sometimes, but it looks kind of boring and it's not very flexible. And the final tip is don't spend too much time or resources on the detail. Bird wyverns are known for being small and slender. That means you don't really need to spend any time or any extra resources on adding the scales or any other textures. You can do that all once you finish. As you can see for the Titiaku, the minimalist design works perfectly for the size and the type of model it is. So now moving on to the flying bird wyvern. Now this type kind of has some subtypes, at least the Malfesto and the Kerpeko add their own posture, but they all can be kind of approached the same way. But for the most part, the Paolumu is an example of the majority of the flying bird wyverns. The first do is use a horizontal body type, as opposed to the theropod bird wyverns. The flying bird wyverns have their own posture and have wings, so a wider body type is necessary for the completion of this build. The reason I changed it up like this is to provide a faster and more efficient way of finishing these models. So because these models have different body types, then it calls for different techniques and different ways to fill out the whole piece. I don't really have any don'ts for these models besides maybe don't forget to make the feet big. Because of the wings, it adds an extra weight and balance, so the feet need to be not too big, just kind of big to be able to support and balance out the whole body whenever you're posing it. But the final do is use a single segmented body. So I do this because the bird wyvern, or the flying bird wyvern, is basically a smaller version of the true flying wyvern. So in order to help your proportions, it's just a lot simpler to make the body one popsicle stick, and the extra articulation just isn't needed and adds an extra problem as far as balancing it out. And that's all for the do's and don'ts of making the bird wyvern. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I would like to do this for the rest of the types of monsters or classes of monsters in Monster Hunter, so let me know how you feel. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, and I'll see you when I see you. Peace.